Hey everyone, this is Demetria with IHM Telehealth, your community NP. So I get a lot of people that ask questions about, Demetria, why did you start IHM Telehealth? And it's really, really simple. I started it because I felt as though the patients were getting lost in the shuffle. Every day we have a schedule. On that schedule, we have 1 or 2 same day appointments for people that call in right at 8 a.m. to try to get that appointment. Each provider may have 2. Some of the ones that have a lower panel may have 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Well, if you're an elder and you can't navigate to press 1, to press 2, or if you're just getting out of the hospital, you're still feeling a little unwell, you don't have time to be sitting on the phone trying to catch these appointments. And to no effect, if you're a hospital patient and you have not had your transition to care appointment, you're not getting in for about 1 to 2 weeks when the paperwork from the hospital says within 1 to 2 days. It doesn't make any sense. So you get 18 people a day. You're expected to see all 18 people, have all of your notes done, respond back to all of your chart messages, make sure all your consults are done, finish all of your paperwork, and it ends up where you just have people and you feel like you're a shepherd hauling sheep and just giving everybody small little trinkets like you get this and you get this and you get that, and follow up with me in 2 weeks because we don't have the time. So sometimes I saw a lot of patients where we have dropped the ball and had major misses. Okay. So one thing or two, I want to do a side note. If you do not have a patient portal or a MyChart, I encourage you to get that. Give it to one of your family members that may have a little bit of medical knowledge. Or if you're an elder, let your daughters create you, or your children, create you a MyChart page or make you a portal page, because you'll learn a lot of information in that chart. Sometimes you'll have wrong diagnoses in the chart. They'll have your diagnostics that have all types of information that you were not even aware of in your chart. Let me give you a quick example. So I had a patient one time that went to the emergency room for left side belly pain, like low down, right on this side. That's called your left lower quadrant. Well, the person has a history of diverticulosis. That means that your colon has these little pockets in it, okay? Well, sometimes as you go through the digestion process, for some reason or another, to keep everything short, these little pockets become swollen. And when they do, it becomes something called diverticulitis. Itis means inflammation or swelling. Okay. So you go to the hospital, you tell them, say, oh, I went out, I had this high fatty foods. I may have been talking with my friends, not chewing my food up real good. My left lower side hurts. Immediately, they're going to get a CBC, a CMP, and a urine test. Then the doctor's going to order you a CT scan, abdomen and pelvis with contrast if you're not allergic. So you get that test done. It comes back, yep, you're right. You have diverticulitis. They're either going to give you 2 pills or 3 pills, tell you to go home, do a bland diet, follow up with your doctor. Well, you took the antibiotic, you took the antispasmodic, you got your reflux medications, you went on the bland diet. I feel great. I call the doctor, oh, you can get in 2 to 3 weeks, right? So this particular person started to feel better. I'm going to eat better. I know now I can't eat this certain type of food. I'm not going to go. Well, in the CT scan at the top, it said that this particular person had something called a pancreatic lesion that was precancerous. We call them IPMNs. Not only that, he had a large cyst on his kidney, and he had a shadow on the adrenal gland. Those are the little hats that sit on top of the kidney. Well, he's not having no problems. He feels great, so he doesn't follow up. Doctors, we're too busy. We look at some of the information. He had diverticulitis. Okay, he's going to follow up in 1 to 2 weeks. The office calls, leaves you that one message that gets lost in your voicemails, and it says, hey, make sure you follow up. Because the ER doctor's not going to tell you that you have all these things that need to be followed up on. They tell you follow up with your doctor in 1 to 2 days. Well, 3 to 4 months later, he comes in. I'm having pain in between my shoulders. I'm having belly pain up here, and it just keeps hurting. And also, nurse practitioner Rutledge, the sides of my back is hurting over here. He has protein in his urine. He has the urine is a dark color that's not supposed to be that way. Labs are a little off. Liver functions are a little bit off. CT scan, abdomen and pelvis. Now that spot on the pancreas is much larger and now it's concerning. Okay. And so then I have to come back in, tell you guys to come back into the office and give you news that you may not want to hear. Then you got to go and follow up with the specialist. You have to have an MRI with pancreatic protocol. And then you end up with getting some really, really bad news when you never understood that you had it. If you don't believe me, I want you to go on to your MyChart or your portal or have someone schedule it for you. If you've ever had a CT scan, if you ever had to have an MRI, at the bottom of it, it's going to say something called impression, right? And at the top, it's going to say all these findings that you have. And they're going to say, oh, there's a spot, there's a cyst, it's hyperechoic, it is T1 or T2, okay? If you want to know more about these things, you can always set up a consultation with me and we can go over it. But I'm here to tell you that there are a lot of misses. And this reason told me I want to start IHM Telehealth because I want to make a difference in people's lives. I'm not trying to take over as your primary care provider. I want to be a partner with your primary care provider. Let's talk about your diagnostic work. Let's talk about your lab work. Let's help make a plan. I can order additional testing. I can order labs. I can call and do a conference call with your medical provider. I can use my electronic health medical record to send a fax over. And not only that, I also will follow up to make sure the provider got the message and they understand what's going on with you. Sometimes it just takes a medical provider to call and make the appointment for you. I'm not calling and holding on because there's a little prompt that says, if you are a physician or a nurse practitioner, basically it's medical provider, press 1 or press 2, right? So I can get access that maybe you can't. That's the one thing. Next thing is for, this is my favorite. So you have back pain. You go to the emergency room. Unless you tell them specific things, they're not going to do an MRI in the emergency room, but they sure will do a CT scan. And the CT scan will say, oh, you have something called spondylosis. And not only that, you have a herniation. Oh, well, not only that, your facets, which are the little tabs that hang off that are on the backside of the spine, those are affected. And the nerve root, that's a little bit more narrow. So now that's why that you have that pain going up and down your leg, right? But then there's something else in that CT scan that says that you have a possible desiccation. That means that you have like a little bit of dehydration between the disc space. So you have a disc, you get this jelly stuff, and then you have a disc. Well, if it gets flat, it either shifts like this, or it's not straight. It's like side to side. Okay. That causes you to have a lot of problems. It can cause you to, if it's in the upper body, you can get pain in your shoulders. My hand goes numb. And sometimes we have symptoms and we just chalk it off. Another favorite that I have is, I went to the ER. I had something going on with my head. They did a CT scan of my head and from here to here. Okay. And it says that you have a sinus cyst. Okay. It's pretty big. All right. And now all you know is I have a history of sinus issues. I take my medicine. I feel better. You go to the doctor. You're not having major symptoms at this time. So they give you Flonase, Zyrtec, stuff like that. Right. And you don't know that the reason why all these symptoms keeps coming back is because you have a cyst in your sinuses that may need to be evaluated by a specialist. Well, you didn't know that because the ER doctor didn't tell you that, and you can't get in to follow up, right? So these are things that are really dear to my heart that I want to make a difference with in my community, okay? So that's why I have free 10-minute consultations. We can talk about some of the things that you have going on, and I can help you. So if this is something that you're interested in, give me a call. or you can go to www.ihmtelehealth, or you can write me an email at info@ihmtelehealth.com, and I'll respond back to you. Hopefully, all providers we just need to get better. Okay, that's all I can say. And a lot of providers are going to concierge medicine, and it's just going to get worse. We're tired. We're tired. And we truly, truly do care. We really do. But you also have to put in the work and take your accountability in it as well. But trust me, I leave you with this homework. If you have not downloaded your patient portal, go on it. If you can go back to however far you can and see if you ever had something like a CT scan or MRI, and look and read all of that stuff. Don't go to Dr. Google. Call me or go to your primary care doctor. Capiche? All right. Well, it's almost 11 minutes. Peace out. I hope I hear from you guys soon. This is Demetria Rutledge with IHM Telehealth. Have a good day. Bye.